All right, what's good, folks? I'm back again. I am. I'm sorry I've disappeared. I was gone for a little bit. I got kind of sick, and I do sound a bit weird. If I sound weird, that's why. I'm kind of getting over the cold. But I'm back to talk about base world specifically, and it's what base world monsters, how edible they are. Kind of ranking them on this scale. So, starting out, kind of following the same rules as last time, Elder Dragons always end up in D tier, right? Never F tier, D tier. Only because I don't know how edible they are. Any other elders? Not that I see. And I'm also putting the collaboration monsters here, right? Let's be honest, right? I wouldn't want to risk it. They're plants, but some plants are edible, and also Behemoth, right? Kind of put them among. I think Behemoth is an elder. I haven't checked, but that's where I'm putting it. So into the main part. So putting in A tier, Great Jagras, right? Actually, you know what? B tier. It spits out like stomach acid and stuff. It probably is edible, but it's not something you're gonna think about when you're wanting to eat food. Uh, C tier would be Rabadon. You know what? With it, Great Gyros. They're both from the Rotten Vale, right? I don't know what they're eating, and I know Great Gyros is a paralytic, right? All that paralysis venom in its body. I would not want to risk it. I wouldn't want anybody else to risk it. It's going to C tier, right? And just from like being in the run, generally speaking, I'm gonna put Rotten Vale stuff in C tier, right? Especially the gamey, chewy Otogirin, right? You never hear anybody talking about eating wolf jerky or something like that, right? It's got you're chewing and chewing and chewing. It's like I would assume it's like a well done steak when it's rare. You're not gonna want to eat that. And this guy is always in there. You know what? Actually, I'll put it in B tier. I'll put it B tier. You know what? I would put it more akin to being like a cow esque thing, which it's probably not a cow, but I'm gonna put it like mentally speaking. I'm saying it's kind of like a cow, which is why I'm gonna put it in B tier, right? Like they could be wallowing in filth, kind of. Pigs are wallowing in filth 90% of the time, and plenty of people eat them. So I think it's gonna go B tier, and along in B tier, Legiana, right? So none of that gross factor that I would put with Gyros and Otogiron or whatever's from the Rotten Vale, but at the same time, it's not like I forgot about Zora. Zora Magdaros or some other monster constantly bathed in its own heat, you know? Where I'm like, how is that going to turn out? Yeah, so I put it B tier. Honestly, B tier. Let's see. What else goes in B tier? I'm going to put this version of Rathalos in B tier as well. I wouldn't risk putting it a little lower like I would with the Rathian because they're in a pair. Might as well. I because Rathian feels more like the poison one than Rathalos does. Rathalos feels like the fire guy with some poison versus Rathian, which feels like the poison one with some fire, right? And that's kind of unfair, I will admit, but I started with wilds, so that's just kind of how it's in my brain. Uh, I'm gonna put their variants one lower. It's general rule I like to follow, but at the same time, it's something about it. I don't know. It might be unfair, but I'm still doing it. A tier, Diablos. Once again, I'm thinking of it like a cow or a bull or something, right? Those are delicious, right? And I know I said I wouldn't put variants in the same tier. I'd put it one below, but I'm still thinking about cows, dude. I'm still thinking about cows. I truly believe that these are like the closest we're gonna get for a little bit to cows, you know? And I get like they're always fighting and stuff, but we have bulls, we have goats, right? We have these horned creatures that we consistently eat. I'm thinking of this as the same thing, right? A tier. S tier. I think, uh, honestly, I forgot its name. Kutku. Something Kutku. He works. He's a bird wyvern. I mean, come on. Bird wyverns. Bird, right? It doesn't matter. It's a pretty open to shut case. C tier. He ain't an elder, but, he's out there eating rocks all day. I don't even want to know what's going on in that stomach. Like, I'm C tier. C tier. Fuck it. No, I'm putting that D tier. It swims in lava all day. Its whole thing is that its shell gets harder when it's out of lava. And anytime something's bathed in heat 90% of its lifetime, I'm gonna put it pretty low. That is like the worst case yet. It swims in lava. Hell no. D tier. C tier. It's like a worse version of this, of the Rabadon. Uragaan is like a worse version of the Rabadon. I'm not gonna risk it. It's like this. It's like this guy if he's in heat more often. I don't want to risk heat stuff, you know? B tier. Chewier, right? Gamier, but still edible. Still good. Basil. C tier. This has no. A lot of this is very little logic behind it. It's just how I feel about it. And I feel like that guy, you're not going to want to eat it. It's too strong. Oh my God, I keep forgetting about elders. God damn. I feel like its power being on the tier of elders makes me already not so inclined to eat it. But at the same time, it's the heat thing as well, right? It's the mix. And I know it's not on the tier of all elders. It's you put this guy up against a Kieran, I'm thinking he's gonna win. You know? That's what I'm saying. Poison. Not gonna happen. It's always moving. It's a very lean monster, but it's always like doused in electricity. Like I'm not gonna risk that. It's probably not gonna taste all that good, honestly. Let's see. It's all muscle. It's always moving. It's always chewing. And while I think it could be good, no, it feels equivalent to me like if I'm eating Fatalis, you know? Like it's probably going to be more like Anjanath, who I'm putting in B tier because of the fire breathing thing, and I don't want to risk that. It's a lot of. If you have an element, I'm probably not going to put you in S tier. If you have an element associated with you, I'm probably not putting you in S tier or even A tier. This guy's a constantly moving giant beast, right? Well, I mean that's a constantly. You get what I'm trying to say. I'm putting it in B tier, right? Also the snot, very unappetizing. Like how it. I'm not going to eat an alpaca or a llama because I know they're always spinning everywhere. It's weird. It's gross. Bird wyverns, sure, but the flash stuff gets me. I'm going to put this in S tier, right? I feel like it is the golden goose of anybody who's like really into seafood, right? Plus, it has legs, so you can get like an interesting little change in that. And I'm gonna put finally in A tier, Paolumu. There's not really much behind it. You're probably just eating a giant mouse, honestly. And I'm probably like really off in a realistic sense if any of this was like what you're really eating. But Paolumu, I feel like wouldn't be served openly like some of the other ones would, you know? Like you wouldn't expect to get kuliaku. You'd expect maybe this thing to get skinned, cooked, right? And you'd have it served on a plate with everything but its head and tail intact, right? That's how I would assume that gets served. Paolumu, you're not getting that. You might get Paolumu patties, right? You might get, oh, this is the wing of a Paolumu. Oh, it's delectable. It is a delicacy, right? You're not expecting someone to come out and be like, here's a rabbit. Nobody's gonna, here's a rabbit, guys. Have at it. Nobody's eating a rabbit. Like a whole rabbit. Obviously, people are gonna eat rabbits, right? But this guy specifically, I'm assuming a lot. First and foremost, I'm assuming a lot. But I'm not so inclined to say that a restaurant, especially a nicer restaurant, would openly serve Paolumu fully, like as it is, you know, like body intact on a plate. No, that sounds weird. I mean, obviously, most of the stuff you wouldn't have served intact on a plate. Most of the stuff, because they're huge. They're absolutely massive. But some of them, like you would. Maybe they'll take some aspects of a Diablos, put it on a plate, and be like, "Oh, this is my take of the yada yada," you know? Because it's kind of like a flex that you're eating such a beast, you know? Versus Paolumu, you're like, "Oh, that is a flying mouse. That is literally a flying mouse." Who wants to openly talk about eating a giant flying mouse? Right? Nobody. Anyway, so that's my list. That's my ranking. Appreciate y'all watching. I'm gonna get back into streaming soon. I'm still sick. I did miss the week. Sorry about that. You know, but hopefully you guys will hear from me again tomorrow or Monday. With that all being said, it's Carmine signing out. See ya. Take care.